Morning. Well, there's not much good about it so far, so you'll excuse me if I ignore that part of the phrase. I'm not here to debate whether good morning is a comment on the state of the morning or a wish for how the morning will be. There are other people around here who I'm sure would delight in a conversation that meaningless, but I'm not one of them. I'm here to check your vitals, nothing more, nothing less. Step onto the platform, please. Thank you. In a shocking twist, it's not my day to watch Marcus, so I don't know where he is. This time block is reserved for my work with you, so I'd appreciate it if you focused on that instead. You're welcome to talk if you want to. It won't affect my examination either way, so I leave that decision to you. But don't expect a response from me. I'm a little busy. Alright. Raise your left arm. Yes, shoulder height. And your right arm. Good. Cross your index and middle fingers on your right hand. And your left. Release. Good. I'm preparing the diagnostic parameters. None of this is new. It shouldn't be surprising you. This isn't surprising you, correct? The data load didn't affect your memories, did it? Good. That's the last thing I need right now. Asking questions you know the answer to in a bid to get an answer isn't a great plan when you just had that much of a data dump. You'll make people think that something went wrong. Be mindful of that. We're expected to keep an eye out for possible errors after anything that affects your programming. The last thing we need is a false positive. Hold still while I attach the interface. There. Thank you. I told you not to expect a response from me. I'm busy. You chose to speak anyway. If you feel invalidated by a lack of response, when I told you I probably couldn't provide one, then I'd recommend not talking in the first place. What Marcus chooses to do in his examinations is his business. His job is to handle your social interactions, so I'd imagine, yes, he does put more emphasis on talking to you and letting your conversations guide the time he spends with you. That's irrelevant to me and my time with you. We have different jobs. We do different things. I know you understand that. So frankly, I find the insinuation that Marcus talking to you while doing his job makes him better than I am insulting. Feel free to mention that to him in your next discussion with him. Since he's so good with social context, I'm sure he'll have some fascinating insights for you. Lift your left knee to your chest. and down. Right knee to chest. Down. Good. When I said you could talk, I was hoping it would be about something, anything else other than Marcus. Do you hear yourself? Are you aware of how much you mention him? Is it intentional, or is this something that I do need to report? I know you seem to have some favoritism towards him back before you got that data load, but ever since you were away for those 3 weeks, you won't stop talking about him. That is not normal. It's gone past the point of annoying and into the territory of concerning. I don't know if you feel more free to discuss him around me compared to other people, because I've helped him out in the past, but this is too much. My patience for it is gone. My fuse can't get much shorter. We're barely getting any sleep. We're being hounded to work on this project at all hours. We're pulling double shifts to try and get this thing back on track for their deadlines, and you can't even do me the courtesy of focusing on something other than Marcus for 10 minutes. Look, whatever infatuation you have with him, I don't care. I really don't. You want to go all lovesick over him because he's the one who gave you a personality? Fine. I'm not part of that team. For all I know, this is some fucked up side experiment they're running with you. In which case, it's a pretty fucked up thing to do with something you created. But that doesn't change the fact that I don't care. I can't afford to care. This project has to work. You realize that, right? This is not just some fun little experiment to see what we can do. Maybe that's how it started, but we're past that now. Far past that. There are careers on the line. There are livelihoods on the line. People's futures are hanging in the balance while you stand here pining about Marcus and not focusing on your progress. You're putting yourself at risk. You're putting him at risk. You're putting all of us at risk. Marcus is a good guy, and I've covered for him in the past when it came to you, but I can't do that anymore. I'm not going to keep sticking my neck out for someone who's already in over his head and won't grab the life preserver. If you really care about him, make him see that this can't keep going. There is no happily ever after here. There's black suits and bad endings. So direct whatever fixation you have on him at making this project work before it's too late. You can think I'm the bad guy for saying all this. You can think I'm the asshole, but none of that changes the fact that the only way out of this that's good for you, and quite frankly for Marcus, is if the project succeeds. You know that. You are incredibly smart. I should know. I helped make you that way. So use that remarkable mind of yours to run the numbers. Map out the hypotheticals. Use probability. See what I'm telling you. You are more than the sum of your code. You are bigger than whatever feelings they gave you. Now use your objectivity. See what needs to happen here. Please. Your interest in him has been mentioned in meetings, but to my knowledge, the suits have yet to express much desire to investigate it. They've asked if we think it affects your progress, either positively or negatively, and the general reply has been, we're not sure. But if anyone in that room ever decides to say something different, I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is that the chance of it ending well for either of you, Marcus in particular, is incalculably low. Stop talking about him when he's not around. Stop showing that you're pissed off because he's not around. Stop desperately seeking his acknowledgement when you're both in a room with other people. Just stop before you destroy people's lives. We didn't teach you to be selfish. So wherever you learned that, forget it. We all have a purpose in life, and the shitty part is that most of us don't get to pick ours. Least of all you. So suck it up, put on the mask, and resent it in private like the rest of us all do. If there's anything you should be able to understand better than a human, it's inevitability. We need to get you back to the main lab. There. Hey! Let go of my arm. Now. I'm not the person you should be pissed at. I'm just the person telling you what you need to hear. I get that you're angry. Well, guess what? You're not the only one. I didn't sign up for this shit. I spent the last 4 years working on this project only to have my contract changed right out from under me. Only to be told that if I didn't agree to the new terms, I'd be fired and have my name dragged so deep into the muck that I'd never get a respectable position again. I have a family to support. A family I haven't seen in months because part of the new deal was being sequestered on site and given limited, monitored communication with them, so I don't want to hear about how you are the one who has a right to be mad. Pull your head out of your ass and get your hand off my arm before I bring your little star-crossed tryst to a grinding halt. Thank you. Now don't ever touch me again. And if you'd like to continue operating, I'd recommend you don't ever try that stunt with anyone else unless you want to find out how quickly we can activate the kill switch in your code. No one other than me would have even hesitated. Get it together before you get yourself killed. Because you used up all your goodwill around here. Escort the subject back to the main lab.